All right, so we've gone over macros, how to build your own macros, what's important, what's not important. So now I want to share with you guys, my experience. So growing up, my mom put me in all the sports, everything possible, swim team, track, baseball, soccer, football, you name it, I did it. So because of that, I started playing football in junior high, and that's when I got introduced to the weight room. So I've been weightlifting for more than half my life. Junior high, what age are you? 12? 12, I'm 29 years old now. So more than half my life, I've been in the gym or exposed to physical activity. So graduated high school, been lifting hard for 4 years to play varsity sports. Then I go to college. Lifting is now a habit of mine. And now just by routine, I go to the gym regularly. So from there, moved to San Diego. And like I said earlier, met my first bodybuilding coach. And he said, give me 12 weeks, we'll give you that transformation. So let me share that story with you guys. So my first bodybuilding competition, as you can see at this first picture, I wasn't like super obese, but I wasn't, a bodybuilder yet. So this was taken September 3rd, 2014. And at that point, I weighed 210 pounds. 210 pounds now, I'm in the bulking phase. And my coach, he set me up with a meal plan where I ate 6 meals a day, and he calculated my macros. At that time, I had no idea what macros are. I was really clueless about what nutrition could really do for you. And the way I looked at supplements like they were like steroids. Like, no coach, I don't want to take protein powder. Like, I want to do it fair and square. Now I realize that protein powder is really just broken down protein. So that was funny that I came from there and to where I'm at now. So I really believe that the meal plan that he gave me had some magical effect to it, to where I have to eat these meals at this certain time in order to get the result. So I was very strict on my diet because I didn't want to look like a fool on stage, like I didn't belong. So it actually took 16 or 18 weeks, and in that time period, I was able to drop 30 pounds and step on stage at 180 or 185. And my meal plan consisted of 4 or 5 different protein sources a day. So I would go through eggs in the morning, then chicken for my first meal. Third meal would be salmon. Fourth meal, chicken again, then steak, then maybe pork chops. And as time went on, he would adjust these meal plans so that I would have the right protein, fats, and carbs. And then ultimately I would reduce my meal plan as we went on, week by week. And as my body adjusted, we would adjust my macros till we got to the point of stepping on stage. So, I share this with you, one, because it reminds me to tell you that the biggest thing that's going to change when you calculate your macros is your carbs. When you start out, you'll be consuming, 200 grams of protein a day if you weigh 200 pounds. And when you end, you'll probably be around the same because your body needs that amount of protein. So all you're going to change about your macros is you're going to slowly reduce your amount of carbs per day. Carbs or fats, your preference. And as you go, let's say every 5 to 10 pounds dropped, you're going to adjust your calories by reducing carbs. So maybe you'll take out 100 or 200 calories from carbs to keep getting that result. So whether you stagnate or whether you're progressing and you want to keep progressing, then you can slowly reduce carbs to that level. So that's what I did, and that's how I went and dropped 30 pounds in that time frame with retaining my muscle. So I just wanted to include this little screenshot of one of my diets that I followed a few weeks out from competition. And it was funny to me because my coach included bacon on my diet. And so if you ask anyone walking down the street, is bacon healthy? They'll say no, but it tastes good. So to me, I was just following orders of my coach, and my roommate would get a kick out of it. He's like, you're eating bacon? You must be getting ready for a show, or like, are you sure? Kind of like mocking me, saying like, bacon, like you can't get shredded eating bacon. But now I know that bacon had the amount of protein, had the amount of fat that I needed to fit my overall day for my macros. And it was just a way to get that source in my nutrition plan. And so it didn't matter if it was bacon, if it was peanut butter, or whatever that fat protein source was substituted with, it just, all the numbers had to add up. So I just wanted to include that to share with you and to really show you that even someone competing for a bodybuilding competition can have bacon, can have different foods to eat. So I competed January 2015, and then I moved. And then once I moved back to San Diego, I started prep again, and I was able to compete again September 3rd, 2016. And in this competition, this marked 2 years from me starting to compete. And I was able to take my body to another level to add more muscle and reduce more body fat to get an even better physique. In the sport I compete in, men's physique, you want a wide upper body, broad shoulders, tailored down to a narrow waist. And so I was able to get an even better representation of that goal body. And I was able to get first place in my second competition. And I had the same coach, and basically we had the varied meal plan, just the same. And we just adjusted my macros so that we could reach that target. Then competed once more in 2017, I believe. Then I took a 3-year break, and I let myself get out of shape. So in this picture, leading up to my 4th bodybuilding competition, this was in December of 2019. And I got up to 217 at my heaviest, but when I started prep, I was around 210 again. But it was a higher body fat percent, 210. So my goal was to compete again in 2020. Then the pandemic happened. But before I started preparing for my prep in January. So I hired a coach, and this coach, he was very strict. He didn't really want to follow macros, he wanted to follow a strict meal plan. So with that strict meal plan, I followed it, and even without the use of a gym, by doing bodyweight workouts, I was able to step on stage by August. It was an 8-month prep, but by the power of food, I was able to step on stage. So what I want to share with you was my coach at the time, his approach was, we're going to build professional level bodybuilders. So I was following a level 3 type of meal plan, type of diet, where it was very strict, very regimented, no cheat meals. Everything was planned out. If I got to eat a burger, it was planned before based on my results. So even without gym access, I was able to step on stage for my 4th competition, and I was very proud of the results I was able to generate. So here's a little snapshot of my meal plan that I had during those days. For my 4th competition, my first meal was egg whites, whole eggs, oats, and berries. Second meal, salmon, jasmine rice, veggies, and my veggie choice was spinach. I'm gonna share that with you guys in my meal prep video. My 3rd meal was chicken, rice, almonds. 4th meal, my pre-workout meal was chicken, more rice, more peanut butter. Meal 5, I had a protein shake with a bagel and a teaspoon of honey. And then meal 6, 50 grams of protein, 40 grams of oats, and 6 grams of peanut butter. And I followed this same meal plan for about 8 months just to step on stage. And you know, most people can't do that. You have to build up to this level to where you can be on a level 3 nutrition plan where everything is like to the T, if you slip off on your diet, your coach is gonna get pissed. Like I remember one time I had donuts. I told my coach and he like lost it. And I was like, man, I'm gonna be all right. But you know, he took prep very seriously and he treated me like a professional. So he wanted me to step on stage with my best possible package. And because I followed this meal plan and to a T, I was able to do that. You don't need to be this strict. You can do if it fits your macros in order to get to your goals. But I just want to share with you the different types of plans that you can do and still get results, still get abs, still be shredded. So the best way I know how to predict guaranteed predictable results is to, I'll tell you in the next video.